Big up, good people. I hope you're all doing well. Good morning to you all. Welcome back to another Blue Morning Show on Chelsea Perspective, specifically another pre-game show where we take a look at the lineup, manager selection, talk about it, analyze, dissect and analyze it, and come to a sensible conclusion, and argue or debate whether he's made the right selections or whether he's deploying the right structure or not. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, welcome back to the Blue Morning Show. I hope you all are doing well. Let's see what we have in the chat already. Sorry, my voice. Yeah, I'm losing it a bit. That's what happens when you have a 2-year-old that goes to a daycare. Every now and then they come back with something. But that's by the way, we'll move on. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all living the blue life. And I think I saw before this, I had seen something from Rahai. But unfortunately, when you postpone the show in terms of moving the time upward um, further forward than the original time. It clears everything in the chat. I had to do that because it wouldn't make any sort of sense to finish a Blue Morning show and then in just about 2-3 hours do the pregame show. This says, big up everyone and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Hope for a Chelsea win today. That's all we can hope for. Even though whether you trust the manager or not, whether you think it's the players' fault or the manager's fault, we want our team to win. Frank Lamaprd, he does not want the job. Check Fabrizio Romano. Wow. Fawale, I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. Big up Kachila. Is there even a point of doing this? New 2.0. Yeah. 2-0 loss. For me, honestly. But never say never. Until the man in the middle blows the final whistle, you can't just say, okay, you give up, we've lost the game. Chelsea will win the game. So chosen. Okay, one day I will remember that. Hopefully we'll win and I'll take it. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Thank you so much for joining the show. Yes, sure. But drop Starling and Alba with Havertz, play Felix Madueke and Modric will win. I really do hope to see Dacho Fofana. I think he will make a difference. Of all the people that's played in the number 9 positions of late, I think he's the most equipped to fulfill that role effectively for us. He's quick, he's good on the ball, he can be physical, and he can, let me use this term that you use when you talk about attackers. He can bite. He can unsettle the opposition defense, if that makes sense. This here says, it's at that time of the year. Jerry Z, always nice to see you. Happy weekend, love and life. Happy weekend to all the Chelsea fans and everyone else. It's always any day above ground. It's a good day. So let's keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We started. The lineup will not be out until about an hour or maybe 30 minutes or so. But that's okay. We have some stuff we could be talking about. What the Poch is the holdup. We've been hearing how long ago now that we're close to appointing Mauricio Pochettino as the new Chelsea manager. That surprisingly hasn't happened. But some of us knew there's a chance it wasn't going to happen because we at one point thought it was most definitely going to be Julian Nagelsmann. This report here from Chelsea Dodgers says the conversation between Chelsea and Mauricio Pochettino is ongoing. Nothing has collapsed. I haven't heard anything that has collapsed. I'd rather hear the language. Nothing has changed. I haven't seen anything that suggests that he has collapsed, or maybe it will never happen. But I'm just not too sure what will happen. They are speaking about all of the details regarding the contract, including length and some clauses. Also, the plans for the transfers and the ones to sell. I don't think the ones to sell should be one of the reasons why it hasn't the process isn't done yet. So I'm not sure if anything. If you say just the clauses in the length of the contract, then I'd say maybe that's the case. I'm not sure why it's taking this long, and I'm quite sure lots of us in the chat don't know why it's taking this long. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Let's see if we can get to 100 by the time the pregame show ends. Coach Romano yesterday in his latest video said that the deal has not stalled. Yeah, so it doesn't make sense to say that. Just say I'd rather hear something to the effect of the talks are ongoing. Nothing. We haven't heard anything that suggests that the deal has stalled or anything. To me, but he has every right to report the news the way he wants. Jerry Z says Coach Romano yesterday in his latest video said that the deal has not stalled. The owners want to be very sure about the appointment, so they are taking their time on the finer details. They're trying not to make a mistake. At least, if anything, there's something positive to that. Actually, it just shows the fact that they're not in a rush. They don't want to make the mistake, just a similar mistake they made by hiring a Graham Potter immediately after the sacking of Thomas Tuchel without proper vetting and not even paying attention to his win rate, which was around 31% or so at that point. I'm not too sure, so do not worry about that. Let's move on from that. What else do we have here? This says Onana. You're talking about Andre Onana, the Inter Milan goalkeeper. It's I think from what we're hearing, it's starting to sound like we're serious about bringing him to Chelsea. I'm not sure. There's no way to tell if that's the truth, but we've heard from a few, you could say, trusted sources that Chelsea are seriously considering Andre Onana and have actually begun talks with his camp. So I'm not, but no way to tell now. I think it's too early. Where is that for Fofana? I think for a while now he's trained for the academy or the youth team. For some reason, I don't know why that is the case. So for me, I think he's good enough to be part of the first team, given the players we have available right now. I think he's, like I've mentioned before, he's well equipped to fulfill the number 9 role, even better than some of those some of those that the manager have given the opportunity to play the number 9 role. But we'll move on from that. Let's see what else we have here. I would start Modric and Felix for this one. Ziyech on the right. Ziyech, I don't think it makes sense to keep giving him opportunities. But for the fact that he's still on our books, the fact that we still pay him, if the manager feels like he can help us get a win, why not? Let him play. He can't just be earning free money like that without putting in the work. But the question is, will he be at his best if he gets a chance to play? Since he's not starting for us, and since it's most likely that he leaves the club at the end of the season or in the summer. But we move on from that. I will start them both too. I will find a way to accommodate Felix, accommodate Modric, and also Nani Madueke. Maybe the three of them in the front. The only change may well be Kai Havertz playing the false 9 in the false 9 position rather than João Felix. But we don't know what Frank Lampard would do. Let's see what he does today. Hello, everyone. Chichilla Constantin Dante. Always nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. What else do we have here? This says we have to win Bournemouth. Bournemouth is 13th. So if they beat us, let me see. Let me check where they are. That is the point difference between us and Bournemouth. This is us. Where is us? This is us here. We have 39 points. They have 39 points. Okay. We are both them by a goal difference because they are minus 28 and we're minus 7. So if they beat us today, they will leapfrog us on in the table, and we'll drop down. Maybe possibly drop down even further because if Wolves win their games, that means we'll drop even further down to around 14th position. So we better win this one or at least get a draw to get to that magical 40 points there, as they say. So let's move on. What else do we have in the chat here? Coach Nagelsmann is in talks with Tottenham after declining Chelsea. Does that say something about our owners, given how small Tottenham is to Chelsea? I think, if anything, nothing, not to. I wouldn't go to that extent to saying it says anything about the owners of the club. If anything, I think my theory at the time we heard that he's pulled out of the running to become the next Chelsea manager was that he probably has looked at it. We're not stable. Well, it's absolute chaos at Chelsea right now. Plus, there's no show. He at that point, actually, even before then, it wasn't. There was no clarity whether we would be able to get Champions League football or not. So to me, that's something that's important that I believe will be important to him. So that may well have been one of the reasons behind him pulling out of the running. Plus, we heard also that he didn't like the fact that we're interviewing other managers, so it wasn't just him. He was thinking his thinking was that it was just him, that the talks were all just formalities, that he'd eventually get the job. When he realized that wasn't the case, he had to pull out. But for me, I'd say that's not that. The fact that we're not going to be participating in the next edition of the Champions League, to me, is a serious factor. But we move on from that. What else do we have here? Yeah, that's my bro Glenn saying a big up to Chilla. Big up to you too, bro. I hope you're doing well. And he says big up to chat also. Pardon me. Let me take a sip of my coffee before I lose my voice. And please keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. So yeah, just as we saw, we've gone through that during the previous show where we looked at we did look at the insights, the team's form, and then recent meetings. So let's go through those things again. Team form, we've lost 6 in a row. Yeah, 6 in a row because they only show 5 here. And for them, out of 5 games, they've won 4 and drew 1, where they conceded 4 goals without reply. They didn't reply any out of the 4 goals, but still, I think they've been better than us. In terms of recent meetings, we beat them 2-0 in December 27, 2022. But before that time, that's a club friendly. In another Premier League game, it was 2-2 draw in February 29, 2020. And then they beat us again at home in December 14, 2019. So, yeah, I think they've gotten the better of us. But overall, head to head, it is 9 wins for us, 4 for them, and 1 draw. Something else I also like to look at how people feel about the game. I think I've voted before, so it's not going to allow me to vote again. Out of 45,847 votes, who will win is the question on this poll here. 43% thinks Bournemouth will win, 39% thinks Chelsea will win, and 18% thinks it's going to be a draw. Usually, you'd see more people voting for choosing Chelsea as the most likely winner in this game. But this just reflects how bad things have gotten for Chelsea, or how bad we've been of late. That every time you check the poll to see who the people think is going to win the game, it has almost always been the opposition, 99.9% of the times. Before we look at the insights, I'm going to try to get more of what we have in the chat. Keep dropping the likes in the chat, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We have 18 likes. We should be doing better than that. This year, just saying hello to each other. Let's see, what else do we have? You waking up for games out, Coach? Yeah, I do. I do wake up usually earlier. I do wake up like 2:20 a.m. my time. That's usually the time the alarm goes. I start turning on the system and everything else. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. I like doing it. I enjoy doing it. So yeah, I've become used to it. Coach, which coffee do you enjoy? Jerry Z. I like cappuccino. I like cappuccino, and I like some any Colombian brand. I like stronger Colombian brand. because it has to be strong for me to wake up properly at 2 a.m. If that makes sense. Yeah, but this is the one I'm using right now is instant coffee, where you don't need to use a machine. You just use hot water and drop it in it. But let's move on from that. We're not here to talk about coffee brands. I thought it's just us in Australia. No, it's not just you. Maybe a bit too early for you guys. Yeah. Big up to you too, Contender FC, Brianna Rahayu. I saw your initial comment. But because I had to postpone the game to bring it closer to the game, so we don't have to do two games within just within 3 hours. We don't have to do two shows within 2 hours. But by the time I came back, it's disappeared. But big up to you too, brother. Hopefully we get a win today so that you change your name to something else. Your name seems to be dynamic. Just saying hello to each other. And JC, my bro, says big up, Kachila. How are you? I'm good. I can't complain. We are winning today. I remember you told me that yesterday. If that doesn't happen, you better make up for it one way or the other. Let's move on. Shalom, Terrence Tips. Nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. It's been a minute. And Broskit got to witness the new 007 bruv. Or maybe something different. I'm hoping we win this one, or at least get a draw. But we have to be as pragmatic as ever. We don't. It doesn't have to be pretty. Just get a win, however we can. A win will go, or even a draw will go a long way. But if we're still trying to keep it pretty, I think it will make it easier for the opposition. Right now, we have to be as pragmatic as possible. Just get a win. The priority will be to win. We're not here to entertain anybody. Let's see what we have at JC. Make a donation if you're sure. No. Don't worry about it. Jesse is my bro. He's been doing quite a lot, helping in so many ways. This says Uncle Terrace likes a cappuccino and a Colombian wine. Please. I'm not gonna say that. Last I heard about Portugal's last I heard about Portugal's positive news. It has its reasons. Okay, it has its reasons. It's taking this long because of his staff. Really? Okay. Let's see. I hope we just announce somebody as soon as possible. It doesn't really matter to me at this point who it is. I am reading an interesting book. Not sure at this moment if I will be able to switch off for the game. But I am listening to your stream, Kachila. Much love to you, bro. I hope you're doing well. This here is excited for Madueke. Maybe that's something to be excited for. To see Madueke or to see maybe Modric start this time. I don't know, but if anything, I'm just going to say this. Frank Lamaprd comments with regards to why, what's his name, why Benoit Badiashile isn't starting games is concerning. That shows that he sees things differently. Differently from a perspective that doesn't make any sort of sense. I don't know what he's seeing that makes him think like Badiashile is close to getting the game time. Maybe we're about 10 minutes before the season ends, not just before the game ends. Not just 10 games about 5-6 games before the season ends. It's concerning, really. That comment that he's close to getting a start or getting minutes, it just doesn't make any sort of sense. A player who he was omitted from our Champions League squad, but by the time he played 3-4 games for us, we were going, wow, what a mistake we've made. Why didn't we add him to the Champions League squad? And Frank is saying he isn't ready to start. I just don't understand. That shows you he sees things differently. And I'd be shocked if what's his name, Raheem Sterling doesn't start today. Yeah, that's how I don't trust Frank anymore to do the right thing. But if he does it, I'd take it. Let's see. Name me 25 players we should sell. We're not going to do that today. The plan is to do a show, the Keeper Sell show. That is after the game today, tomorrow, or the day after. Let's see what else we have. I will change my name to Madueke AFC if he plays and scores again. I hope he does that. He's a good player, drives with the ball, doesn't shy away from taking on the opposition players, and has shown what he's capable of doing. And look, that's even after the fact that he hasn't playing constantly. Had he been playing constantly, I think would have seen an even better player on the day. But I hope he starts again. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 24 likes. Let's get it to 30, 40, 50, and get it to 100 as soon as possible. And for those of you that are watching, but for some reason or the other are not able to participate in the chat, we sincerely do appreciate you because you provide a great value to the stream. But if you can do us one tiny bit of favor, please do take a second. Drop a like on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We'd really appreciate that. Let's see what else we have here. Taking care of that one. And thank you. And if you're a moderator, keep reminding those in the chat to please keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Exactly. Okay, just responding to Glenn there, having a conversation there. It keeps me awake. Okay, it keeps everybody awake too. Start stalling a striker. Yeah, I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if he doesn't start today. And I'm being honest with you. Coach, do you see Mr. Bond using 4-3-3? Oh my goodness. It would be a serious risk. Remember, even though I liked the players he picked the last time, I was saying that my biggest problem is the fact that he's going with a 4-3-3 structure, that every time we've tried to use that structure, we seem to struggle. And that's not, it has happened too many times. Even under Thomas Tuchel, every time he tried to use that structure, we struggled. Underground Potter, the same thing. And I knew that was going to be a problem. I was thinking maybe it will work, and it ends up not working. And he didn't actually do anything to change that. I want to move on. I sincerely do want to move on from that. If he starts stalling again, I am not watching. Unfortunately, there's a chance. That's the possibility that he starts is 90%. But the Sheila is Chelsea's best defender. You could argue that. That's his stats, although I have to maybe republish it. He beat Chalobah 5-1 in terms of comparing the stats for 90 minutes. He reads the game very well, reads the game better than Chalobah. Not the quickest, but he's quick enough. That's not me saying Chalobah is bad. So I had to do that comparison video given Frank Lampard's statement because it just didn't make any sort of sense to me. Let's see what else we have. We will continue having conversations until the lineup is out, comes out, and when we switch to talking about the lineup, and that is when the lineup shows on my screen, not when you guys start dropping the leaks in the chat. That ruins it. But that's by the way. We move on. Shocking Lampard, the manager. Smash the like button and hit a subscribe to reach a greater audience. If you are interested, we have members for $2.99. Glenn says it's $1.99 a month in order to help students. Yep, most especially to help students. Monthly, we call it the Stay in School project. Should have just given Potter to the end of the season. That would have been a sensible thing to do. But they thought firing him, bringing in a new manager, maybe would see a new manager bounce and all that. But that didn't happen for some reason. Breaking the Mihailo Mudryk and automatic starts. Has the lineup been leaked already? What time is it? Oh yeah, usually at this point I think you have a leak. I think you may have been the lineup may have leaked by now. Yeah, but you just ruining it for me. But just go ahead. I'm just kidding. It's gonna happen anyway. So yeah, it's a good thing to see that happen. Coach, where are your panelists? You've always liked to ask that. Here's the thing: it's not they're not obliged to be here. They do it that is out of their that is they do it because they want to do it, because they love the club, because they love to participate in the community. They're not obliged to do it, so they come in whenever time allows, and they have bills to pay. Bills don't pay themselves. I know you know what I mean. So some of them will join in a bit, probably when we have the lineup on the screen. This says smash the like button, people. Yep, this one here I've read this, and I've read this question here from Contender. I've read. Coachella, we predicted the lineup yesterday, and it's coming true with who? MM. With MM already. I am telling you we are winning. Okay, true with MM. I can't. I don't quite get it. MM. What's that abbreviation for? Please let me know. I think Bournemouth will win 2-1. Okay. Do you think? No. I don't think. Please do not use that language, please. Do not use that language. It will come across. It's not okay, really. This is serious. No, it's not really. Yep, the way you phrased it, it's dangerous. It could cause the channel a serious problem, and you shouldn't be doing that, really. Let's see what else we have here. Please keep race and nationality out. Exactly. Keep race, keep nationality out of it. You could say there's a more constructive way to get your point across without sounding like you're, you know, I don't know how it's sounding like you're racist or something, and I don't think it's okay, really. I think we will draw to Bournemouth, Chelsea till I die. Thank you so much for saying that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Thank you so much for all the love. I thought so. Was a 2.99. Glenn has maybe he's trying to take the rest. I'm just kidding. It was an honest mistake. Yep, I have to say that's ignorance indeed. But I'll let the moderators handle it. If you feel like anybody needs to be handled, it's up to you. You have the power to do so. I don't think Eugene will actually go to that extent, before being honest. Yeah, you caught in the price, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, you're good, brother. It was an honest mistake. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's see what else we have to talk about here. Okay, let's talk about what else do we have here? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Just give me 1 second. Anything else? I need to handle something here quickly. All right, 1 sec. All right, let's move on. I don't think if there's anything else I handle here. The moderators, you know what to do if you feel like anybody has crossed the line. It doesn't matter who. Some of you have superpowers to even, yeah, you know what to do. And what does that? Yeah, I'm just gonna. You see, it's on. Oh, Mihailo Modric. Okay, the abbreviation. Yeah, it's a simple one actually, and I couldn't catch it. So thank you for helping me there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And Concept, hi man, how are you too? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. Great to be here. You're welcome. Please enjoy yourself. Feel free and express yourself. Thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. Sincerely, do appreciate that. Let's see what else we have here in the chat. It says, what's happening with Dr. Fofana, David Dr. Fofana? I hope he starts and Felix plays. We can only hope so much, but we're not sure what's going to happen. Let's wait and see what Frank Lamaprd does by the time we see the lineup. But it looks like some people are saying that Mihailo Modric will be starting, and Noni Modric will be starting. That's from my friend JC. He used MM, and yeah, it hasn't occurred to me that's abbreviation for Mihailo Modric's name. So right now, let's go into. I'm going to look at the insights, and why I do that, I think they've refreshed it. They've added more stuff to it, so it's going to be a bit different from what we looked at yesterday. I want to get your thoughts. What do you think will be the outcome of the game, and what do you think the case will be? And here this says, let's look at the top scorers for each team. A 6.97 average rating, football rating for Havertz, a 7.1 average rating of 4 billings, and that's their top billing for their top scorer, and 7 goals apiece for and one assist apiece. Billing has played 3 more games than Havertz, but it looks like they've scored more goals than us, but it looks like the goals are shared mainly within the team. They have multiple scorers. Just you could say we have that too within our ranks. Then let's look at the insights here. We're ranked, Bournemouth are ranked 14th in goals scored per match. They average 1.1 goals per game. For us, we're ranked 16th, so they're better than us in that department. They've scored 9 goals in their last 5 matches, and we haven't won a match in 9 attempts and that's seriously concerning. So, but this second option here, the first option shows they're most likely to outscore us because they're averaging 1.1 goals per match, and we're averaging I think 0.9 goals per match. So they're most likely to outscore us even if we score goals. And the second says we haven't scored. They have scored 9 goals in 5 matches, which shows also they are capable of again outscoring us. And this says we haven't won in 9 matches. Yeah, that's concerning. And here says Chelsea have won the previous 2 Premier League matches against Bournemouth. Is it the two previous last? Let's say last meetings. One is a club friendly. I don't count that, which is the same thing I said during the previous show. So yeah, to me, the statistics suggest that we're most likely losing this. But like I said on the day of the match preview, you cannot script a football, and in football, 1+1 doesn't always equate to 2. Yeah, so anything can happen. But if you're asked the question, which of the teams is most likely to emerge as the winner, it's most likely Bournemouth. They've been the better team of late. If even looking at the team form alone gives you, will let you know that they're most likely to win the game. So let's move on. What else do we have here that I have to look at? Let me just move on to this one. What's happening with Dacho Fofana? I've spoken about that. Even if you don't want us to keep Lampard, there are other ways to phrase your point so as for it not to come across as insulting or as racist to others. That's why we always advise people to avoid mentioning nationality when you critique players. And so you don't have to attach that person's nationality to your criticism. It can be, borderline. I don't know how else to phrase it, but I know you get my point. Let's move on from that one. Lampard will stay. He will not stay beyond the season. No worries, bro. I respect you and I respect how you behave yourself whenever you're in the chat. So I appreciate that. This is Kachula. We're winning. Come on, Chelsea. Let's do it. Keep the blue flag flying high. Let's get a win today. Yeah, I would take even a draw, but if we win, I'd take it. Okay, I get Lampard still get more manager jobs after, possibly, but I doubt that, really. It's a huge risk for anybody that will give him that job. Maybe not in the Premier League. Matt Sowerby says, so is that Sowerby? I don't know if that's how to pronounce your last name. I think a draw today, as that is all Bournemouth need to avoid the drop. I think they're going to be coming for a win. If they play together draw, then we're going to beat them. I think odds are on their side. We've been poor. We don't score goals. We hardly score. If they look at the statistics, I think they will have they will have the confidence to come into this game with the mindset that they're winning it. Not being except if they come into the game overconfident that they're going to beat us, that it's already the points are already theirs, then maybe they will lose it. I don't think they're going to come with the mindset of winning the game. Look at the games. They beat Tottenham 3-2, which means they don't play for a draw. That's away. They beat Southampton away. They beat Leicester City away. They don't look like a team that will come and say, okay, let's play for a draw. If that makes sense. Yeah, let's move on from that one. But welcome, guys. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have just 28 likes. Let's get it to 50 and shoot for 100 by the time the show ends. The likes do go a long way. I just hope to see Mudryk and Madryk is starting today. They seem like add to lifelines. Yeah, going forward, they've been great. That's Diggs. Big up to you, Diggs. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what else we have here. Coach, where is Rodrigo? He is a statistic expert. I think I like his analysis, but Rodrigo, he's busy. Like I said, everybody's busy. Probably, maybe if he gets a chance, he joins us. But Rodrigo is more active on Twitter these days, fighting people. We're all frustrated. And it doesn't sound like Rodrigo is a happy camper right now. So if he gets a chance, I think he will come onto the panel. The link has been shared with the panelists in the group. So if he wants to join, he will do so. Coach, don't say that others will accuse you of being negative, and if you're positive in the future, your enemies will come. That is a delicious comment. That is definitely the delicious comment of the day. And as Roger would always say, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So I understand what you mean. I've always find a very constructive way to present my argument, to critique players, and I've always, I think you say, I've always found an effective way to ensure that I'm not slandering anybody or not name calling anybody. I spoke to St. Peter yesterday. Coach has a first-class ticket, but I gave him some names in case y'all knock on up his gate. I told him to send you straight down. You see, you're not being nice. So I'm going to be very careful with regards to reading whatever you have in the chat there. Stats states we will lose 1-0. Darley Smith, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Let's see, Madueke and Mudryk are starting the match as per news. By now the league should have been out about 10 minutes ago or so. The leagues, people know who's starting and who's not starting. Will the pitch invaders be of the clinical today? Will masterclass tactician Lampard get the lineup right? Stay tuned to find out. That's a good question. So let's see what happens. I don't think we are winning against Bournemouth at all. Gaurav Bodia, thank you for joining the show. I think that's the first time I'm seeing you in the chat here. So people keep dropping the likes and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes to go along with. Before I go to IBZ, I've seen my friend here, Lucilla. I haven't seen you for like 10 years now. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. But more importantly, thanks for finding the time to join in the show. I sincerely do appreciate that. Where do you think Chelsea will finish next season? Europa League has to be a minimum for ball. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this, and I think we'll do better than most people believe we'll do in the coming season. Why? Because we don't have too many distractions. We will not have any European assignments or competitions, not the Europa League, not the Europa Conference League, not the Champions League. The focus will be the league. And chances are, if we make, let me just say, phrase it this way, if we make decisive signings, if we prioritize our signings in the summer, sign up players where we need them, I think we will do well. I think we'll actually get into top four and probably fight for the league, honestly. We've been there before. But that's, by the way, let me bring IBZ in. IBZ, big up, brother. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. More importantly, thanks for finding the time to join in the show. I'm going to start by asking you this. I know you usually, maybe you have found it difficult to answer the question of late because you usually tell us you don't expect much. You just wait and see what happens and you take it. But I'm going to ask you again, are you looking forward to this particular game? If so, what do you think what will happen and why do you think so?
Yeah, man. Good morning. Big up, man. Big up
you haven't seen the brand of that microphone. Don't forget.
I'm gonna send you the link for it very soon.
All right. Go ahead, brother.
Bournemouth versus Chelsea today. I'm expecting a better result than I saw against Arsenal. I'm expecting a better performance from individuals, and I'm expecting us to get a result. That's how I feel at this moment. Obviously, the result against Arsenal has happened. It's how you pick yourself up after that, isn't it? So, with that being said, I'm expecting a result against Bournemouth. I know Bournemouth obviously got a little bit of form, obviously more than we have. I think I heard you reading out the stats and goals they've scored in the past 5 games or so. So they know how to score. Solanke, Billin, they got goal scorers. So I'm expecting a tough game, but I'm also expecting an immediate reaction to the absolute rubbish show we saw last week. Aside from that, I'm pretty positive with the lineup if the leaks are suggested to be real. Madueke and Mudryk is all right.
I haven't seen it. I think it will still in a few minutes. It will show up on my screen, and we can look at it and start analyzing it properly. Then because Kenny here from Almighty Blues, Ankit. Oh, thank you. That's my bro. I think we're so close. The only thing we have, and albeit we've only met online, but Ankit is a friend, a brother that I wouldn't mind punching somebody on his behalf. I love him so much, and I know he loves me equally as a brother. We've come a long way as content creators, but I've come to learn that he's a very nice individual. So, and I like that when I meet nice people, I like to keep them as friends. So he's become a brother. We've gone beyond being friends to just brothers. So tell him thank you, and I appreciate that. News about Poch cooled down a bit, and I have very important update from Glenn, right from the horse's mouth. I'm not going to say who. I think it's from Simon Phillips saying, I think it's Simon Phillips, saying, let me read it out here. He's saying, I know many are getting concerned on this, and I just had a little update from my top source, which is positive. So, thought I'd share. Pochettino is speaking on behalf of his whole backroom staff as well as his own terms. So that is one of the main reasons it's taken a bit of time, but I've been assured that as of now, there's no problems at all. The expectation remains he will become our next permanent manager to start in the summer, Simon Phillips. Thank you so much for that update. Glenn is our secret sauce, and he's assured us that it's going to happen. So people keep dropping the likes on the stream, and if you're in the chat, the lineup will soon show up on the screen. I want to hear from you. Are you looking forward to this particular game? Do you think we can come away with the winner? Do you think it will be a loss? Do you think the game will end in a draw? Whatever you think, I want to get your opinions in the chat. It'd be interesting to see what you have to say. How many players we have coming back from loan? I don't think it's too many. I think the numbers have reduced because there were restrictions. The number of players you're allowed to send out on loan was reduced before this season. There aren't too many, and that's why if anything, off the top of my head, I can say Ethan Ampadu, Ian Matson, what's his name, Levi Colwell, who again? I don't remember too many of them really, but I know there are a few more, not just, but I think I'm naming those probably that has performed so well that we talked about them at one point or the other. It's going to be a big mess trying to trim the squad with no Euro games. I think we have to, I think the owners too and the new manager know fully well that they have to be cautious in terms of not to trim it to an extent where if we have injury issues, we'd be in serious trouble. Had it not been the size of our squad, you can't argue that we would be worse off right now. Worse off right now with that the size of our squad. And my bro, one of my bros here, Sla's domain. Sla, let me know. Are you on Twitter or are you on Instagram? Because you said you want to come onto the panel. Just message me from via either one of those social platforms that I mentioned, and I'll share the link with you. We have a group where the panelists get the links, and it's too much of a risk of sharing the links in the chat. Except if you promise you're going to be on camera, then after a few 2-3 minutes, you can always shut off your camera. Then I'll share the link in the chat with you. If I was Lamps, I would try a 3 at the back with Badia Shile, Chalobah, and Fofana at the back, Ruben and Chilwell wing back, Kante, yeah, exactly. Kante and Kovacic for the 2 6s in the middle, Modric, Havertz, and Madueke. I would still play Enzo as one of the 2 6s, but playing him, he'd be the one to have the independence to venture forward more and kind of being the more disciplined of the two because he can read the game better. He can also, you could say he's better defensively. And Enzo is the most creative player we do have right now that starts, other than Ziyech, who's been in poor form. So I think that's a good, again, with an attacking intent, Loftus-Cheek starting in the right wing back position. I think that would be an effective it would be an effective lineup, honestly. With a back 3 structure, I think it will work. But that's, by the way, we'll move on from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We'll have 35 likes. Let's get the likes up. And be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're signed too many under 21 players, don't you think? Bodia, yeah, I think so. I think we need balance. I think people often underestimate the importance of having experienced players in the squad. You could argue, yes, Arsenal beat us. They've dropped points on occasions where you could argue if they had more experienced players on the pitch, they'd win those games. Experience does go a long way, and we don't have too many of that right now. And unfortunately, our most experienced players they're not. They are, you could say, on the wrong side of age. No, I don't know how else to phrase it. They're not getting any younger. Maybe for lack of a better term. For me, because Chelsea is now a bottom team, Chelsea has to do what bottom teams do in the Premier League against big teams by playing more defensively and waiting for an opportunity to come. Yep, hit the opposition on a break. It doesn't have to be pretty. Just the same thing at one point. I think Graham Potter realized that you have to be pragmatic. You have to forfeit beautiful football. You don't. It doesn't matter if you drop deep. Although he didn't do it to the extent of defending deep and hitting the opposition on a break, I wouldn't mind Frank doing that right now. But unfortunately, we're not sure what it's going to do. His use is a lot. How many goals are we conceding today? Jesus is Lord. But at least if you're going to do, I'm not sure. And let's see what happens. Chimera, I believe that we will win. I hope we win. Real James, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. American Vibes, okay, let's win. But thank you for saying that. And this says, I expect a young team starting today. We are winning. The starting 11 will be out any time, any minute now. CFC video teaser showed Lewis Hall. Is he starting as well? I'd like to see. I wouldn't mind playing Lewis Hall in the left wing back position with an attacking intent of his primary responsibility being to help overload the midfield area and then join the attack because he's a midfielder traditionally. And on the ground, Potter, he's had the opportunity to play in the left wing back position. And on the day, he was brilliant. I nearly screamed my voice, screamed myself to death on the day watching him play. I don't know why. Maybe because of the youth assignment. He hasn't worked. He's worked predominantly with the youth team than he's done with the senior team. And I like him to see. I'd like to see him with the senior team. He's an excellent player, really, and he's got some good passing range in him. So hopefully, if I see him, I'll take it, really. And here's the thing. I think what Frank needs to do, because the crop of players that played against Arsenal in the previous games, majority of them, you can say it's nearly the same players that played all the games that we've lost in a row. You have to make about 5-6 changes to address the low confidence issue. Because if you start nearly the same set of players and just making a change or two, you still have the same set of players that are low in confidence, and the chances of losing today will be very high. So what to do, what I expect him to do, or what I think he should do, or let me say what I believe Frank should do, would be to make up to 4, 5, 6 changes to have new players who are willing to show that they're better than those that have been playing. Then you'd see fight from them. You'd see a spirited performance from them because they're not one of those. They haven't been part of the squad lineup that's been losing games for a while now, if that makes sense. But I hope he does that. Klopp did it and it worked. Klopp at one point dropped even Van Dijk. He dropped quite a lot of the starting players. I think it was against us, and they played better. And the chances are, had they started the usual starters, chances are we would have beaten them because they still have that confidence issue from losing a few games. We have 2 on loan, just 2 on loan. No, I think more than that. 20 on loan. Okay, that's you mistakenly typed an O instead of a 0. I just know Lampard would drop another horrendous lineup with Gallagher and Sterling somewhere on there. I don't think Sterling should be starting this game. He's been awful for a while, for a stretch of time right now. But if he doesn't start, I'd be shocked. I've said that a billion times. But let's see what happens. I know some of you have seen probably seen the leaked lineup and have a good idea who starts and who will not start. I think the lineup should be on the screen in about 6 minutes or so. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have how many likes? 37 likes. We can get it to 100 as soon as possible. We can, but only if you feel like we can. And the membership link is pinned to the very top. You can become a member. It costs just $2.99, and it helps us with the program, with the Stay in School project that we do a giveaway every month for students to help support students, and also the channel will benefit from that. But thank you so much. If you cannot afford the $2.99, that's still fine. You're still a valuable member of the Chelsea Perspective community. So thank you. I worry that we are bound to let the wrong players leave. I don't think so. Any player that leaves counts as a wrong player. Why do I say that? The manager have a say in who stays and who leaves. So if he says a certain player is surplus to a requirement, then yeah, that player is most definitely surplus to requirement and wouldn't have worked under the manager. I don't want a situation where we keep players that the manager doesn't want, if that makes sense. I worry that we are bound to let the wrong players. I've read that one too. And wow, 20 players are coming back from loan. That's a lot. The numbers used to be higher, actually. So if we have up to 20. And my bro, DJ, so big up, brother. I hope you're doing well. DJ Saab, CFC Blues, your name seems to be dynamic, too. I don't know when you change that. This is big up, Kachila, and those on the stream, Modric and Nani, to start today's match. That's what I wanted to see. Frank will be totally blind. That means he's not paying attention to who's performing and who's not performing. Let's see what else we have here. Your preferred front three. To me, Modric on the left, Modric on the right, centrally Dutcher Fofana. I believe we'd either see, what's his name? We'd probably end up seeing Kai Havertz centrally, or what's his name? Who's the other person? Kai Havertz essentially. Felix, but most likely Kai Havertz. Frank doesn't look like he likes Felix. Tactically, we got outplayed in every game Lampard has now coached. That's a solid argument, really. Yeah, but the players are to blame. I think that we've been suffering. We've been losing games for a myriad of reasons. Yeah, but thank you for saying that, Bodia. This says all good hope. You are well, DJ. Why am I reading the pleasantries? That's by the way. We'll move on. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Gallagher puts in a shift, and like I said during the match review show, I wouldn't mind Gallagher starting, given what we've seen. At least you get, you get that spirited performance from him. You see commitment, no matter what's happening. He's still run. That will make a difference. So I wouldn't mind him starting if he accommodates him. But as long as we have a mix of, if he's going to play with a 3-4, a 2-1, if Gallagher is going to play with as one of those 2-8s, I don't want it to be Gallagher and Kante. I want it to be a mix of a more creative player, one more defensively minded player, and one of again, you could say a more creative player there. So that would be a good mix. At this moment, not against starting Gallagher and Havertz together with Modric and Nani at top, we are cooking. I agree with you. I think it makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, beat with the beautiful game. Big up, brother. He says, Coach, I hope you are collecting receipts from those who think we are winning today. These players are not going to play for Lampard. They cannot wait till the last game so they can leave a big up. Or some of them, and that sounds like something that could be true. Some of them, they would like a new manager to come in immediately, but I wouldn't want that to happen. I want the new manager to start, on a clean slate or with a clean slate. I don't know what the correct connecting word to use there. But that's, by the way, his thing. If Poch comes in, he has a huge problem because he'd have to start by trying to address the confidence issue. Because I've said this a billion times, but I'm going to keep saying it because it is the truth. If you lose 6 games, losing the 7th is actually easy. You'd have to, take a drastic measure either by approach or by, making a wholesome change in to the team to get a win, to have players with a different mindset on the pitch, if that makes sense, which is actually the easiest way to solve the problem. We move on from that. Let's see, did I read it through, actually? Yep, I read that through. So thank you. Glenn, I get your concern, but we needed to win. And today I have a good feeling we will win. You guys have all, I hope that becomes the case. I hope it does not the same as the case of Rodrigo, who had the vision. Did he say, I don't want to misquote him, but he had the vision. We won a few games. And did we win those games? I don't know. So, yeah, a lot of people have been having a good feeling that we were going to win games. Lampard's lineups seems to be a revenge after Chelsea sacked him before Tuchel was appointed. I don't think so. Then what happens after the so-called revenge? Then he'd have an awful coaching resume, and you don't even need to present your resume. It's not like in the real outside of football where nobody sees how you perform at your last job, and in some cases your last employer are not allowed to say some bad stuff you did when you worked for them. But in this case, everything is in the open. The games is lost. How his demeanor on the touchline, behavior on the touchline, everything. Potential employers are seeing that. So, but I'm going to move on from that. But coach, don't bother buying tickets for the preseason tour. You will not recognize any of the players. Keston, I live in Vegas, and I wasn't going to be traveling to East Coast for games. That's too far. And I have a lot going on right now at the same time. So I'll just watch them on the TV. Maybe I have connections there. Maybe get a few people to help me get some videos, live videos for pregame shows. Enzo needs to be rested. The man has only missed one match since he joined. We need to make sure he doesn't burn out. That is if he's not burned out already. Yeah, I think he is. It's looking like we've overused him already. No refunds no refunds. But I'm thinking maybe I should do a ticket giveaway for US supporters who are from the East Coast. That's why beautiful players are starting today should be who wants to stay, and the two leaked and giving up the game easily. Yep, I think that should be the case. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Why are we stuck at 38 likes? We should be doing better than that. We should be at 50 right now. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. This is Lampard gets his lines to chill today. 007, let's go. Okay, I hope it doesn't happen. But Chile, I think will start today. I think he needs to start. We're winning today, and you will owe me one beautiful game. Let's see, Glenn. Wasn't it you that said and even put $10 down that we're winning today last game? Okay, let's see the lineup here. Okay, Chelsea 11 to face Bournemouth, Kepa, Chalobah, Silva, Badiashile, Chilwell, Kante, Enzo, Gallagher, Modric, and Mudryk, Havertz. So who made way for Gallagher? I'm going to look at that again. Gallagher is very poor. Why Lampard prefer him to Felix? I think Gallagher would do more for us than Felix right now, especially this game we're playing. Let me see what else we have here. Anything else? I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Told you guys, Nani, Mudryk, and Badiashile will start. I'd be really pleased if I didn't see Mudryk start because it wouldn't make any sort of sense. Chimera says that I think that's why Lampard starts starting Gallagher and Havertz. He feels that these three players, attacking-wise, play for him compared to Felix Auba and Ziyech, etc. He also selected Pulisic, which is mad. I'm not sure what's happening. We're going to check whether Pulisic is on the bench today. Lampard knows that Kepa has short arms, but he still starts him. He has a reason for starting him. Kachila, a team is out. Everyone, as predicted, also top four. We're winning. I am telling you. Okay, let's see what's happening. Says 3-4-3. Let's go. Boom. Do we have the lineup? Please keep dropping the likes on the stream and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. I think this is looking more like the lineup, but do I have to refresh it? But one thing is certain, that Badiashile will not be on the right-hand side. If that's the case, I'd be surprised. So let's see what's happening here. Okay. It still says a probable lineup, but it doesn't look like that. This is probably the probable lineup. Is this the 11? Yeah, this is the 11 this is the 11 that DJ mentioned. But I don't think Badiashile will be on the right-hand side. I think most likely Chalobah on the right-hand side. The 2-6-6 Enzo Fernandez and N'Golo Kante I think that's most likely it. So if anything, it looks like Noni Madueke will start as in the right wing back position. That is, if it is, this still says probable lineup, so I don't trust it. I'm going to wait a bit to see if that refreshes and changes to know where the players are placed. Yep. This is this is the lineup that DJ did mention in the chat there. Gallagher playing as one of the 2-8s. That raises some questions for me because you're still not going to have the creativity there. But let's wait until it refreshes. 3-4. There you go. That's the lineup there. Let's say dinosaur arms. Kepa even misses raindrops when it's raining. Wow, that's not okay. Really, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like that lineup. Might put a tenner in. Let's see what we have here. I think a 4 at the back. This doesn't look like a 4 at the back structure. I think it's most likely a 3 at the back structure. But I think most likely Badiashile will be on the left hand side, where I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Gallagher. I'm not sure Gallagher being one of the 2-8s and Noni Madueke playing in the right wing back position. Until the game starts, we're not going to be too certain. We're not going to be too certain what Frank Lamaprd is doing. The application of the positions where the players are really. But I don't believe Chalobah is on the left-hand side. I think Chalobah most likely on the right-hand side. There you go. Oh, it goes back to 4-3-3. Wow. If you have the fifth stand, please check to see if you see what structure it says we're using there. I'm concerned. I'm concerned if that's if we're going with a 4-3-3, I think we'll still struggle again. It doesn't make any sort of sense. I think the last time we played with something similar like this, I think we struggled. Let me see. Let me check the fifth stand up and see what we have there.
Coach, don't stress. Don't worry about it.
Sorry?
Don't worry about it.
Is it 4-3-3?
Look, I don't see it. I don't. Lampard is bringing up so many tricks, which is not paying to fruition. But if we were to believe the original lineup, I can't believe how you will have Gallagher in a 3-4 in a 3 at the back. I don't know how Gallagher will be on the right hand side, and Noni Madueke and Mudryk will be on the left. Or sorry, on the right. Or on the right. Sorry. I don't know how you do that. So it can only make sense to be a 4-3-3. This just makes sense.
Yeah,
He might start with a 3 at the back.
The fifth time says it's 3-4-2-1. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make any sort of sense if it is the 4-3-3.
Pull it back to how you had it before.
It wasn't me. I think they refreshed it. Maybe they think that's the correct structure. But the fifth stand says it's a 3-4-2-1 structure, which makes more sense.
You didn't have the initial structure earlier.
Yeah. So this one, they're suggesting it is a 4-3-3 structure, which wouldn't make any sort of sense because we were everywhere. We looked very disjointed the last time in the last game where we started with a 4-3-3 structure. I think it's most likely a 3-4-2-1 structure, which makes more sense than what we have here. How do you do this? Also, you can say this makes sense too.
How do you do a 3-4-2-1 with these players?
If you say 3-4-2-1, then you can say the back three will be Thiago Silva centrally to his left, Badiashile to his right. Chalobah left wing back. Left wing back will be Ben Chilwell. Right wing back either Noni Madueke. Yeah, it doesn't make sense because Noni Madueke hasn't played there before. So exactly. It's most likely a 4-3-3 structure.
It's a 4-3-3, coach.
Yeah. I'm concerned with that, but the fifth stand says it is a 3-4-2-1.
Constantine goes,
which is also possible. Sorry?
Constantine goes, it don't matter what formation he puts up, they're all over the place.
Yeah, especially I'm going to say I think he should have continued playing with a structure that these kids or these players are familiar to with. But 4-3-3, I'm really concerned. But
no, I'm concerned for Kepa. I don't trust that man number one in the net. It's him. is the number one I don't trust.
Yeah. Let's come back. Then we'll talk about the lineup even further. You short with that formation, Glenn. I'm not sure what's going on here. It says, bro, check your DM. Okay, I'll do that in a bit. Just give me 1 second. Lots of okay, DM here. If somebody sends somebody important, send me a message. If that's where it is, then yeah, that's where I'm going to watch it. But sometimes, in most cases, it can show both on Peacock and also on USA. But I'm not sure where it's going to be showing today. Let's see what we have here. Bro, I haven't seen anything from you from my DM, DJ. When did you send it? 10 years ago, or maybe you're talking about someone else. Let me refresh. But the truth remains that Twitter has become a bit quirky of late. Nothing from you, TJ. Maybe you haven't sent it. Let's move on to this. This says you're short with the formation. Mudryk on the right hand side. With this structure, it makes sense. There's Kai Havertz as the number 9 man, flanked by Mudryk on the left and Mudryk on the right. It makes sense, but I still don't like the middle three. Maybe Gallagher will help sort out the issue we saw the last time. But let's see what happens. It says Kachila, it's a 4-2-3-1. Wow. 4-2-3-1? Is that, where did you see that? The fifth time they're saying it's 3-4-2-1. It's everywhere. Maybe until the game starts, we're not going to be too sure what structure it is really. Chilwell, Badiashile, Silva, and Chalobah as right back, and 3 in midfield, and 3 in attack. Okay, let's see if that, until the game starts, it's usually one of those days where we're not sure what the structure is until the game starts. I predicted 7 as nailed on starters today, and those 7 are starting. Believe me, it's a back 4. Okay, let's see what happens. I didn't expect Chalobah to start. I expected Kante to start. I expected Enzo to start. I didn't expect Gallagher. I think I missed by 3 players or 2. Let's see what happens. What else do we have here? And believe me, we're winning. Okay, let's see if that happens. What else do I have to get in the chat here? I think there's too many. Yes, it is 4-3-3. A lot of people think it is 4-3-3. Coach's favorite formation. My favorite formation is 4-2-3-1, but I know you're being sarcastic. I don't like the 4-3-3 as much as it hasn't worked for us, really. Mostly it's something between a 4-3-3 and a 4-1-4-1, maybe. Application is what's going to show us what the structure is really. It doesn't matter what formation he puts up; they're all over the place. I think the beautiful game has read that comment too. I think that's a good lineup. The personnel, the structure is where I'm concerned. One thing is sure, it's a back 4, and we have starters who want to leave. Everything on the pitch, a young team are winning. Okay, let's see what we have here. This is true. The team has no discipline, so formation doesn't really matter. Wow, some strong argument right there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 45 likes. Let's try and get it to 100 as soon as possible. This says we have been crying out for Mudryk and Nani to start more games, and Badiashile to my concern, it's just Kepa. He should have gone with Mendy. Wow. Okay, it's everywhere now. As usual, Kepa is one of the best this season, and I'm going to say this again: hate Kepa or love him. You can say without him between the sticks for us on occasions, I think would be worse off than we are right now. Again, chosen for save of the month. Okay, people need to get. Okay, people need to get off Kepa's back. I'd say the same. Let's say Gallagher. Let's go. Yeah. And we need that industry from him, what we're not getting from the players. Kachila, Onumba, big up to you. I want them. Thank you for saying that. This lineup will make no difference. We're still on promo mode. Wow, that's some concern there. Stalin dropped. Yeah, I didn't expect that to happen. Probably he'd be paying attention to what people are saying online. Beyond the numbers, I think he's been awful. I have to be honest. I'm so glad a bad man Badiashile is getting a game time. He probably realized that comment yesterday was I would say, I wouldn't even say ridiculous. I would say redonkulous, really, with regards to him being close to starting. I was like, wait, what? Well, it looks like I am watching the game. Starting is not starting. He's not starting, so that's a good thing. Kachila, to you, bro, a DM. Okay, you just did right now. I just saw it. Maybe you missed it. Oh, the lineup. Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to open it on the screen also. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Let's see. We've got the super Todd Bali. He's figuring out what we need. Thiago at the back, someone in attack. Chelsea stay in the Premier League. We have to stay in the Premier League. So let me see. Looks like I'm going to move on. Scroll to the very bottom. Okay, I'm getting there. If this lineup is right, we can safely say Lampard has finally gotten the formation 90% right for once. Let's see what else we have here. I think it's a good lineup, but I'm still concerned with regards to the structure. Kepa concedes in every single game, and we cannot score. So all Bournemouth has to do is score a single goal, and then sub their goalkeeper for an outfield player. And yeah, that's the end. The best possible lineup, bar that loser Kepa, should have been shipped out for Aidan Mendy, who deserves to leave to play games next season. Mendy isn't staying. I think it's becoming clearer now that he probably most likely will leave. Silva is not as good in a back four. I think Bournemouth for sure scoring. Okay, JC is trolling. Let's see what else do we have here. I hope Chelsea win 2-0. I hope we win. Gallagher must be Lampard's brother-in-law. Honestly, I would start him in this game. I wouldn't mind Gallagher starting in this game because he's been at least you get a fight from him. It is as simple as that. Whisper, quietly we might, and I stress might get 3 points today. A rare commodity. Did I stress we might? Yeah, you did, and I'm not blind. So let's look at what we have here. Who we have on the bench. Where is it? It's not showing here. Okay, there you go. Okay, on our bench we have Christian Pulisic. We have Hakim Ziyech on the bench. João Felix, Raheem Sterling, Lewis Hall is on the bench. Mateo Kovacic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Cesar Azpilicueta, and Edouard Mendy. Okay, who's still out? Marco Correa will be out until mid-May. Okay, I actually, given Frank Lampard's comment, I thought everybody was available for selection. Broya, we know that when is Koulibaly coming back? Late May. I said, but that's, by the way, I think for me, the only thing I would have done differently would have been to start to go with a back 3-4-2-1 structure. Start Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the right wing back position with an attacking intent, another back three with a defensive intent. I would have given at least have what's his name, Dacho Fofana on the bench. That's just me. But that's, by the way, I have my bro DJ Sav on the panel. DJ, how are you doing? Thank you so much for deciding you come up here on the panel and keep your brother company. The question I want to ask you, DJ, you've seen the lineup. Would you have done anything differently?
Yeah, I think big up, first of all, Kachila. Big up to everyone in the comments. Hope everyone's all enjoying their bank holiday weekend so far and with your families as well. Yeah, no, listen, brother. I my only thing I said, the reason why I brought up my concern about Kepa is because I said the other day after the game had finished, had Mendy been in goal, Arsenal don't score them 3 goals. It's as simple as that. I know he's good at his feet. I'm not debating that. But those shots that were scored against him, I think Mendy saves them personally. And whatever you want to say about Mendy can't play ball to feet, he's more for me. He's more dominant in the air. He can shots come up. You can put him over the bar. He's tall. Yeah. Where's Kepa? As great as he's with his feet and as good as he's been, any kind of shot on the angle where it's top corner, bottom corner, right hand side, the guy's beaten. It's as simple as that. That's what whenever teams line up against us, the first thing the coach will probably say to the players is, who's in the goal, just aim in any of the top corners and you'll score a goal from distance. That would be my team talk to other teams. If I was a manager and I'm knowing he's the one in goal and you're shooting from distance, you're going to beat him hands on. So that is my only reason why I was coming at Kepa, for that reason, nothing else. He's been great for us. I'm not saying he's not been great. So people in the comments,
we can do better than him.
Oh, yeah, we can do, but what I'm saying is what my point is I'm trying to make is I know people in the comments are saying get off Kepa's back. Listen, I'm not on Kepa's back. I support all my players, right? But I just think in some games and some of those goals that Arsenal scored against us that day, I reckon Mendy saves them. And maybe maybe in other games, Mendy's been in a goal. We might be losing as many games as we've been losing, because as much as our defence have been great when they have been great, they've been great. But when they've been caught out of defence, you need your goalkeeper to be a reliable person as well. And yes, Kepa's done some good saves here and there in matches, but I just think some of the goals he's conceded, Mendy saves them. That's just my opinion. In terms of that. So I just think in that kind of way, I would have started Mendy for that reason today, in goal, or for the remaining of the games of the season until we finish. Because I just think personally, he's just better at shot stopping, and he's obviously better in the air, and he's tall. You get me, bro? So the only thing he lacks
I get you. I think we should give him a chance to see maybe he sorted himself out, because here's the thing: the reason I wanted him to be dropped at the point where there was a time he was averaging a single mistake per game, and that became concerning, which started with 2 howlers against West Ham United, 2 high-profile mistakes in a single game. And after that, it's been one mistake after the other and all that. But I think he's a good goalkeeper, and I've always, stated that he's actually equipped to be a better goalkeeper than Kepa Arrizabalaga, because he's taller and everything, and he has good reflexes. But it just seemed as if he's lost that hunger he had when he joined us, and that's really that's a big concern. So let me see what else we have in the chat here. This is still no Dacho, not even on the bench. To me, I don't like that. That's concerning, really. I think he should at least be on the bench, but we're not sure what's going on. It appears that Lampard picked 10 of the players in this lineup, and Bolly picked the other one. And you can guess. I know where you're going. To me, honestly, I don't mind Conor Gallagher starting. I don't mind him starting. I'm going to repeat this again. When you have players, your team haven't lost 6 games in a row, and there's a chance this becomes the 7th loss in a row, you'd have to make a wholesome change. You have to change at least 5, 6, 7 players in the team to deal with the confidence issue, because right now the confidence level is in the minus, and that's really concerning, if we're being honest to ourselves. So I wouldn't mind Gallagher being on the pitch. Honestly, I think he will make a difference. Right now, it's from given how committed some measure of commitment he shows whenever he's on the pitch, I wouldn't mind him starting. This says, but it's okay. We have Sterling on the bench, our main striker. I wouldn't mind him staying on the bench. He's been awful. He's gotten the opportunity to start even when he shouldn't be starting, and still being justified. Him getting the opportunity to start over some of the players we have here. This says, how is Dr. not on the bench? 9 subs, no excuses. Nearly all those players on the bench will be leaving, and you can say lots of them. It's not balanced. If we need a striker, we don't have somebody like Dr. Fofana. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else to read here? Kepa commands no respect and brings negativity. Negativity. Teams learn to shoot on side against him. Not an elite goalkeeper. Okay, if that's how you see it. Odegaard's goal was literally at shoulder height. So why did my guy dive backwards? Here's the thing. You have to, blame him to a certain extent, but the blame has to start from the 2 6s we had on the pitch on the day. The midfielders didn't read the game so well. Odegaard had the whole world in terms of space. With regards to space, had to take a shot. Nobody closed him down. I think if we had 2 6s that reached the game so well, Odegaard shouldn't have that much space. And I think Arsenal, they came into that game knowing fully well that if they leave anybody outside the box in a dead ball situation, that person will get a chance to have a goal at our goal. And it worked out for them. And on 2 occasions, he wasn't picked out, and he scored 2 excellent goals. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. In defense of our defense, when you have to defend your defense, they are not doing a good job. I think you could say that, but I think the issues we've had defensively stem from the midfield area, where the 2 6s are not doing enough to protect the defense. That's a big issue. Kepa is competing with Mendy. You could say that, and I think we should give Mendy a chance if he's ready, if he's fit. Yeah, big up everybody. That's what I say. I hope they're not replacing Mendy with Onana. I think, it's concerning, really, given the fact that Mendy is most likely to leave. And even I've done the 1-versus-1 comparison. Even Kepa has actually done better than Onana, so I'm not sure why we're looking at Onana. Well, I don't make those decisions. I hope they know what they're doing. That's all I'm going to say at this point. Let's just give me 1 second. And if you're watching, we've done a few. How many comparison videos we have? We have Kepa versus Onana, Reece James versus Melo Gusto, and then Chalobah versus Badia Shile, Nkunku versus Timo Werner. You'll see those videos, and believe me, you will like them. Check them out, and be sure to drop a like on them before you move on. This says they likely will. Let's see, what else do we have here? And my bro, Bobby Fairview, I haven't seen you in a while, bro. I hope you're doing well. Much love to you. I hope everything is okay with you. He says, bless up Kachila and the panel. I will try to stomach a game for a change. Please give it a shot. Try and stomach a game. It's Chelsea. Hopefully we'll get a win, but I hope you're well. I know you haven't joined for a while, and you did explain to me why that is the case. Big up, coach. Big up to you too, Courtney. Conor Gallagher is Ball's biological son. Nothing we can do. Right now, we need Gallagher. Say all what you like about him. Bali is in US this week. Busy with interview. Kachila, are you getting where I'm getting towards predicted comfortably? We are winning. I'd like to believe you, and I'd like to see that happen, but I'm not sure what to believe. I want Enzo to take leadership. He needs to command the midfield. How old? We seem to forget how old he is, actually. And direct the attack. We lack leadership on that pitch, except Silva. But I'm fine with Gallagher starting. Needs hard-working players against good Bournemouth midfield. Just hoping for a good performance and a win. I'd take a draw, really. Is Fofana injured again? He's actually not on the bench. That's a good question. Wesley Fofana, you're asking for. Yeah. We have Christian Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech, João Felix, Raheem Sterling, Lewis Hall, Mateo Kovacic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Cesar Azpilicueta, Edouard Mendy, but Fofana isn't listed as injured, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on there. I hope he's not injured again. That will start raising lots of questions. He's not going to like Enzo. It's like 21, and he cannot even speak English at all. Yeah, so you're expecting too much of him. I think for me, I would still, given those reasons you mentioned, I'd go with with a 2-6s approach where the pairing would be Enzo and N'Golo Kante. I think N'Golo Kante may not be the most vocal on the pitch, but he leads by example. This midfield is too weak. This is insanity now, Neum says. But Neum, more importantly, big up to you. Kante and Thiago brings Yates. Havertz and Chilwell have won trophies. I think they have experience too. But that midfield area needs someone. I need Kante. I wouldn't mind playing Kante deep, but that's no difference from him being on the right-hand side. But I'd rather play him centrally and experiment with Enzo to his right. I think that will work too. So, DJ, looking at the lineup here, you talked about Kepa. Anything else you would have done differently given the players we have on the bench?
No, I think if it's true, I'm not sure about the Fofana situation. I think I would have probably had him in this team, but if he is actually injured, then maybe it's safe he doesn't play this game because we've got other bigger games to go into. We've got like Man City, if you think about it, we've got Newcastle, Man United all coming up. If he's injured, then save him for them games. Personally, I would even leave him out of the Nottingham Forest game if he's really injured. I think the lineup is good. I think the back four picks itself without obviously missing out on Fofana. I think the back four picks itself in itself. The three midfielders, that'd be the midfield three. I probably would have maybe. I know Cover's been dropped. Cover's not. I mean, and he's had a couple of bad games, but I would have had him in there maybe over Gallagher. But I can see why he's gone with Gallagher. He brings energy. He does a lot more. He shoots as the only player I think that really shoots from distance for us. So he's got that. I can understand why he's picked him. As for the other two wingers, Madueke and Mudryk, I'm so happy these guys have started because I think for a long time on your streams, bro, we've been calling out for Mudryk to start a lot of games. And I think personally, if Mudryk is going to be part of your plans next season going forward, then just start this guy in all the games that are left till the end of the season, because I think he's the guy. He's our future, along with Noni Madueke. as well on that wing. Start these guys. Just start them. They're going to be your future. Havertz, again, I would have gone for either him or João Felix in the middle, up top. Either one of them didn't really mind. Either one of them I didn't really mind who it would have been. But obviously, having said all that, I also wanted Datro Fofana in there because obviously I don't want to see Aubameyang anywhere near this team anymore. So for me, Datro Fofana would have been the other one I'd have put up there. But yeah, I'm actually happy with that lineup. I think it's actually a good lineup. I think we can do things today, and I think we can get a win today. I think against Arsenal, we were unlucky. Arsenal, we had our times in the game where we had our chances. We scored at least. So today, maybe we score 2 goals today, bro. Maybe today we get the 2 goals and get the win, 2-1. Maybe I don't know.
And the fifth stand, they've changed it from 3-4-2-1 to 4-3-3. So it's most likely a 4-3-3. Maybe we'll find out if the application differs a bit once the game starts. What else do we have in the chat? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. McAllister and Enzo Fernandez are fire if we get him, but it just seems that with Kuna interest in him, Havertz experiment might not have worked, and we need a striker, but he's our best player. Yep, the numbers back that up. Our best player there right now, Champions League winning goal and top scorer in an awful season. Some respect on his name. I think people should actually, consider that. McAllister and Enzo. Let's see what's up. Good afternoon, Coach. Please, where's Dr. Fofana and Marcus? Deuteronomy Marcus. Is that the name? Deuteronomy Marcus? I don't know the reason why he isn't even on the bench. I'm not sure. Dr. Fofana should have been loaned out immediately, never used even without a striker. It wouldn't make sense. Maybe he gets a chance on the pitch, but we'll see. I'm actually for us not going for a striker and keeping him, but let's see what the management does. Havertz and Chilwell is a no-no for this game. We need a physicality. This is insanity. Now relegation is looking real. I would have gone for a 3-4-2-1 structure with Lewis Hall as in the left wing back position with an attacking intent. But I think this is good. The hope will be to get good service from the flanks by Matic on the right hand side and Mudryk on the left hand side with pace. But let's see how they operate today once the game starts. The application will know. But yeah, I think probably finally we've decided he shouldn't actually be part of the lineup. Trev at right back, it's over. Let's see how. I think he's played there. It's a makeshift defense. I think he would do well. So if we lose this game, Bolly is going to tell Frank, listen, son, leave the team selection to me again now. Get out of office. Oh, my goodness. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Aubameyang are probably late for training and other misdemeanors. Here's the thing. I think probably the club might have had a conversation saying, we don't need this guy. I think it's not going to work. I think Frank really wanted to give him a chance, given his pedigree as a striker, given his experience and all that. But it hasn't worked, really. I think Frank, the way he plays, he needs somebody that knows how, again, that can press very well up there. And Aubameyang isn't that guy. Coach, we are going to get penalties today. I hope that happens, and I'll take it. I just want to win. It doesn't have to be pretty. I wouldn't mind us defending deep and hitting them on a break. They should play 4-2-3-1, like Coach said. That's my favorite lineup, really. I think it gives you get a more balanced structure, and you get to have a 10 with a 4-2-3-1. You get to have a 10, and you get to have the wingers be in a natural position. In this case, these guys will operate more as forwards. Maybe it depends on the application, but let's see what happens. Let's see what else do we have here now. But this is the best we have for now, I guess. Yeah, we have to make do with what we have. Let's see what else we have. With Felix in a 10, I think this lineup cooks. Yeah, that would have worked. But this is still good. So if you're on the chat, let me know why DJ speaks. I want to get your thoughts. What do you think will be the outcome of this game? Let's end this one early since we started early, and we can go relax and watch the game. So DJ, the question for you is this. What sort of game do you expect to see? I want to hear from you.
Listen, bro, I'm not gonna underestimate Bournemouth because let's be honest, they gave Liverpool quite a tough time when they played them as well at their stadium. So they're not easy pushovers. I'm not gonna, because they're fighting for their lives as well. We've got to remember they're in the scrap as well. and they're going to want to win every game they can as well. But for me, I want to see for my team today, I want to see passion. I want to see heart. I want to see determination. I want to see these players going out there today for the club, wearing that crest on them and playing for the badge. That's what I want to see them do today and getting this win, because I just think, we can get this win today, bro. I think it could do our confidence good going into the last 4 games or 3 games of the season after this. But we just need to make sure we get this win. It's important we do. I don't see why we can't do it, bro. I think we've got the team out there that can do it. I mean, as I said, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain about the lineup at all. I think that's a good enough lineup for us to go out there and do a job today. And I guess we've got to believe in our players, and the players have got to believe in themselves as well, because they're playing for a great club, a club that have won things, a club that is an elite club, and they've got to realise this. They know where we are in the Prem is not a healthy position for us, and we've just got to go out there and show what we can do as a team, because we are. Listen. I'll tell everyone here, we have got a good team, Kachilla. We have got an excellent team. They've just not performed this season. Give that job to another elite manager.
For plenty of reasons.
Yeah, this team performs. Simple as that. They've just had their heads dropped, but still, you're still earning your money. You should be going out there and doing it week in, week out, regardless. So yeah, I'm hoping the passion will show today, and I'm expecting a win today, as I always do.
Yeah, as you always do. If we lose that one,
it's always. That's the real win,
I understand. Chelsea is the entity we support, so we want our club to keep winning. Just 1 second, Abiba, I'll get back to you in the chat. Let's see what those people in the chat I have to say. Then after that, I think we should call it a day. We started early and it worked. It's always on Frank, and he says here, so can we all agree that if we do lose today, it's all on Frank? I don't think I can. I'm willing to go into an agreement in advance for that comment you want me to say. Until the game, the man in the middle blows the final whistle, then we'll look at everything and say maybe he had the structure right. He made the right selections. Maybe the problem is that the players weren't able to put the ball in the back of the net. That may well end up being the case. So I can't just say right now, I will agree to that. But let me just say we're winning. Let me just hope that's the case. This is it's always in front. I've seen a lot, but I think the fact that Mudryk is starting, shows he's actually paid attention to who's performing and who's not performing. The fact the front three picks itself right now is either good or scary. I don't know why that's not even an option, but every other attacking option has been bitterly disappointing. So that begs the question, why not give Dacho Fofana an opportunity? It's as simple as that. And that's a question I found very difficult to answer. The players have to be aggressive and determined, also focus on winning today. It says the tournament markers. And you'd see, maybe there's enough change on the pitch to see that determination. Gallagher coming in, Badiashile coming in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. You can say 5 players, 5 changes. You can say that's enough to actually help address the confidence issue, because that's the low confidence is the biggest problem right now. We've seen Dacho Fofana for a full half. He's too raw, lacks experience, and the experience is going to fall from heaven and fall on him. You answer that question. That's the thing we're saying. The experience is not going to just fall out of nowhere and follow him. He has to play to gain the experience. That's how. And actually, I would have rather seen him on the pitch than Raheem Sterling on the 3 games he's played in a row that he's been awful. If that makes sense. DJ, our current players cannot dig deep.
Okay.
Which is why, I'm calling for the change. That makes sense. DJ, I don't know if you want to comment on that.
No. Listen, I get Contender. Big up to Contender FC. I get where he's coming from, and what I guess it's because of what we've all seen this season. Why he's feeling that way, and I can understand that. Why he feels that way, because I can. We haven't been digging deep as we should be in terms of getting these wins under about where we are in the league. But what I will say, okay, you take Badiashile, take who else from there? Take Fernandes, Mudryk, and Madueke out of that team. This is a team that won the Champions League. This is a team that won a Super Cup. This is a team that won the World Club tournament. I can't believe we can just come bad overnight. And, as I said, it hasn't been great with this season. We haven't dug as deep as we should be. We all know our position in the league is not great. But as I always said, I still believe in these players. And I think, get a good manager coming in, I think these players will be better. And you'll see us improve next season. But, yeah, as for this season, we haven't dug as deep as we should be. We are where we are in the league for a reason. We deserve to be there because we haven't dug in as much. And these players haven't shown the heart and the determination as they've done in the previous years. So, look, I can understand that. But listen, we are, we're not going to get relegated, regardless of what everyone people want to say. We ain't getting relegated. Okay, we just got to make sure that we can see out the remaining of this season, win our remaining games if we can, okay, and get back to where we should be next season, which is going to take a while. But I've got confidence in this team that we will do there and we'll get there. We just can't lose the faith, bro. That's all I'm saying. But yeah,
I understand where you're coming from. You're saying we're not going to get relegated. That's not. You're saying it's not mathematically possible. You're just having faith because we're Chelsea. Is that what you're saying?
No, bro. No, it's just in general. We're not going to get. It's simple as that. We're not going to get. I'm saying it with chest and with heart. We are not getting relegated because we're just Chelsea. Just in general, we're just in a precarious position like we've never been in for years. I mean, the position we're in now. Coachella, right? Yeah, reminds you of the days when I was supporting my club, and I've been a fan of the club since the 80s and 90s. It brings back those years of seeing my team in this position, but we've always bounced back from it all, and we will bounce back from it. We just got to have the confidence. This season, just write it all off. I want to see the end of it. As long as we're safe, we're in the Prem. We go again next season. But we're not. Whatever one wants to say, people can tease us. I know fans get a bit upset thinking about relegation. Yeah, we are in the relegation dogfight. I'm not going to say that we're not because we're bottom half of the table, but we're not getting relegated. It's as simple as that. And next season, you'll see us bounce back. It's simple as that.
I hope so. But you have a very strong belief that we're not going to get relegated. I hope we don't. We are winning today. I hope to see that happening. This happened. Frank ruined Rudy, and now he's doing the same with Felix. I just don't understand the logic behind dropping Felix, but now I think it's a bit too late to say he should have started this one. And the last time he came out, you could see that he's losing confidence too. What I would have done with Frank, and like I've explained before, those guys that were trying, having a go at the opposition goal, but were hitting goalposts, hitting the woodwork, I would have started them because they're close to scoring. Just a little adjustment and boom, they will start, firing in all cylinders. Lampard is an embarrassment to this club. You're done with him. Wow. At least support your club. Let's get a win. Can you imagine getting to 42 points in 90 minutes? I'd host a party, really. If we win today, let me say this: we'll do a $50 giveaway for everybody, not just the student. DJ, are you a real DJ? Go ahead.
Yes. Can I answer that question? Yes, I am a real DJ. I've been doing it since the age of 17. And I've, it's more of a hobby for me.
Oh, was that the question? Are you a real DJ?
A real DJ. Yeah, I am. Okay, I'm a real proper music DJ. Yeah. Obviously, I mean, it's not something I've done. I do full time, but yes, I am. I do a lot of parties. Still do it to this day. Even though I've got a child. Even though I've got my kid, but I still get a chance to try and go and do my kids. Just since obviously I've had my little one, I've not DJ'd as much as I'd like to, but I still go and do things. So yes, I've been doing it since the age of 17.
Yeah, it is his thing. So if you're in the UK, reach out to him if you're planning on hosting a party. Let's see if Dr. Fofana is too raw or what is Madrid. Yeah, and Enzo, ask that. Good question. I like that question. That's an argument I don't understand, really. Is Felix a James Bond Ali or a footballer? I don't know. Let's see. No, I don't. He says there. This one. What else? Anything else to get here? Is there any way we can underline a statement in Google Chat here? Google Chat? I'm not sure. I haven't heard how possible that is. Maybe it's something I have to look into. You let me know. From being one of Portugal's best player to being apparently not good enough for this sport Chelsea Lampard needs to be sacked. What shocked me the most, really, DJ, we have to talk about that. Just 1 second. We are winning today. Dr. Fofana should have been on the bench at least. Coachella, I'm at work, hence why I cannot join today. Whenever time allows, brother, but I appreciate you always being there, part of the show. I think I have to find time to make you a moderator. I think you deserve that. DJ, just quickly, I wanted to get your response, the comment with regards to Frank Lamaprd's comment regarding Benoit Badiashile, but he's starting today. Maybe it was a mind game, I don't know. When we had a backbone, someone is always there to save the day. You can have Drogba, Lampard not on form, but someone will show up like Czech, man of the match, keeping clean sheet, a winning header. It happens. All rare goals from Michael Essien, Mikel B, and all those guys. Yep, we had that then. So good comment there. Mathematics are on our side, and also took us 11 points. You could say that, yeah. So that's why DJ probably very confident. This group, no one shows up. Cannot dig deep. Totally cannot. Just cannot. Yeah, cannot. Keep missing that. I think that's just the truth. We don't have the grit that Chelsea teams are known for. I don't believe in data for setup of a game. Data is an outcome of what went on. You plan on a past, but look at setup, etc. Looking at data only to plan future stats works on only in baseball. Wow. What a way to put it, and I think you're very correct. The relegation battle convo was meant to be a theory, not a real thing. Okay, let's see. Awesome, DJ. Yeah, okay, I do some as well. From same age for two with kids too. Now, so you used to yeah. But big up to everyone. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. So DJ, your thoughts. Let's round off with that one.
Yeah,
Frank Lamaprd's comment when he said the Badia Chile is getting close. I was like, what? That was why I had to do that Badia Chile versus Trevor Chalobah comparison. He beat him 5-1 in all the areas that I compared them. That doesn't mean Chalobah is a bad player, even though Chalobah played more than him. And that comment scared the heck out of me because I was like, Frank really doesn't know this team that well. But what do you make of that comment?
Now, listen, it's a very, very true. It's a very spot on comment that is, because had Frank Lamp, we all love Lamps here, legend, everything. But had he been watching us, if he's been watching us, he would have known Badiashile probably has to be, alongside Thiago Silva, one of our best two defenders in the football club. And, when he was starting games, we were hardly conceding goals. And, and since he's gone away, we've been conceding. And I think I think Lamps has got that one wrong. I think he should have at least been playing in games, even to some degree. Because the one thing we're going about Graham Potter, right? The one thing I give him credit for, where credit is due, is when Champions League games were not playing, he made sure Badiashile would start games in that centre, but in the defence. And Lampard has not been doing that. And I don't know what he's been studying. When he came to the football club, I thought, the guy comes, if he's come in, he's going to be studying every single player on that pitch that we've got. Obviously, he knows some of them from being there from his previous management. But Badiashile would know the guy's the only left-sided defender who's actually got a left foot on him, who any other team would love to have in their team. And we've got him, and we're just leaving him on the bench. I mean, listen, I'm glad he started today's game, and hopefully now he'll show Lampard why he should be starting games.
And hopefully he's not rusty.
And he's not rusty. He can't. I mean, he's young, but people say they can lose that little bit of not playing many games. But listen, he's young. He reads the game well. I can't see him not doing any. I can't see him having a bad game today. I think he's going to be he probably will be effective today, as he always is. And I hope he starts games going forward, because for me, he's the guy we should be starting, especially for next season. I keep going on about next season. Okay, if we know Koulibaly possibly may not be here next season, then you surely go with Badiashile, who is going to be here next season, is our future. So start all these players that are going to be here for next season, and leave the ones that are going. Let them go. Don't play them. Put them in the reserves or something like that. But keep him playing games. So I mean, he got that one wrong 100% on Badiashile.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Even João Felix, brother, because I know people have got their thing on João Felix. Right? What I'll say about Felix, you're going to spend all that kind of money on bringing him in on a high loan amount, only for this guy to be, obviously he missed 3 games of suspension when he got that sending off against Fulham. All right, brought him back into the team. He's had a couple of games and he's leaving him on the bench. And how much money? These guys sitting on a wage packet, sitting and watching games. He should be playing him at least until the end of the season. If we're not going to keep him, at least play him until the end of the season, see what he does. But what I'm hearing and understanding is we're going to try and bring him back on loan next season. So that could be a possibility. And he probably thinks Lamps is not going to be there next season. So there's that possibility he may get more game time next season. But it looks like Lampard doesn't seem to trust in him, and I don't know why.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think he doesn't. This is if you watch Roma, they are in the mood to fight, to pluck a stubborn point away from opposition. Sure, they lose games, but that's down to their quality. But Jose Mourinho instilled the mentality to never surrender. That's where you ought to ask questions with regards to the manager's ability to motivate the player. I started looking at the data since Bowley hijacked the computer. Okay. We don't have such quality in our camp. We don't. I think the whole thing starts from the manager to motivate the player. I think we all can agree to that one. Let's see what else we have here. Where is Chukwuemeka? He's not even on the bench. I'm not sure what's going to happen with him. He's a player that Barcelona was promising a starting place in their team. Even AC Milan, the same thing. And we did promise him the same. We signed him. Unfortunately for me, we changed money. And like I've explained before also, you can say luck hasn't been on his side. On occasions, he's been out with injuries, sometimes ailments. So it's not down to the managers also. He's not been lucky. Datro wasn't rated by Potter or Lampard, and Lampard is known for awarding opportunities to unproven youngsters. I'm not going to give him that credit, because at the moment Chelsea started signing players, we started seeing less and less of Tammy Abraham and less of some of those players that helped us make it to top four during his first reign as Chelsea manager. Opportunities to unproven youngsters. You have to consider the fact he's still raw to make the first 11. I'm not considering that. Only worried for Silva having to cover for Chalobah. Chalobah, as much as I think he's good, I don't think he reads the game very well. Jay Money says, I hope we'll see Hall in the second half. I would like to see him. I think he's a fine player. He's actually better than some of the most midfielders we have there, but he's still a kid. Unfortunately, people won't listen to that argument. If you're watching, keep dropping the likes on the stream. And I did share the link to that comparison video, Chalobah versus Benoit. But Sheila, you need to watch it. And that's I started a new a new playlist where I have a few of those comparison videos, and I think you'll enjoy it. I did share the link in the chat, but I'm going to share it again. Please make sure to watch it and do drop a like on the stream. The likes to go along with, please. There you go. I have it there once more. Thank you so much, guys. I think we're going to call it a day now. We have a few minutes before the show starts, so we can go enjoy. This is Breaking. Lampard has been promised a contract extension if he wins today. Massive suicide have been reported across the entire Chelsea fan base. At fake news. Yeah, I knew that. What happens to Poch then? JC has listened to that. At this stage, I would take a Tammy back. Guy knows what the London derby is. Yep, that's the truth. Knows the history, respects the badge, and would like to get a chance at Chelsea again. But I still see any second chances at Chelsea as also a risk. And here is the versus Badia Sheila. Did I share the link? Let me get the link proper and share it before we call it a day. Badia Sheila versus Trevor Chalobah. That will give you an idea who's done better for the club. This season. Please make sure to drop a like for me on that video. I think it's 24 seconds or 25 seconds at most. Thank you so much for that. Let's see what else we have here. Yep, I've dropped the link at the very top bottom there. This is Lampard is an interim. Why would he push youngsters into the first team? Like the first time he was the manager, he wants to win, especially now that we've lost 6 games in a row. He wants to win. Today we win 4-2. I hope that. If we win, $50 giveaway for those that are watching. Let's see what we have here. A win might not be possible, but it's necessary. That's the truth. Hi, how are you? Let's see what we have here. This says, is there a watch along? No, we're not going to do a watch along today, but definitely a post game show. So yes, people, we've come to the end of the show, and I want to say thank you to all of you. It's been an excellent conversation between us. I hope to see you guys during the post game show. Watch along is not going to be on until I get the studio engineer. I think the workload is becoming too much. I have to reduce how many shows we do per day. Plus, we now have a weekly members only show. We did the first one the other day, but we're going to do it more often to create awareness. But thank you guys for finding the time to join the show. And this here says, because youngsters are showing a desire and fight, and that's the reason why they may well get a chance. Okay, thanks guys. Thank you to you too. And it says, fingers crossed, there's some leadership today. I hope so. Thank you so much, guys. I hope to see you guys
Big
later.
up, everyone. Big up.
God bless us all.
Up the Chelsea.
Up the Chelsea.
Peace.
Hopefully we'll get a win.
Peace, everyone. Peace.
Yep. Bye.